FountainTire.com today.
Now for today's holiday special, Legacy Heating and Cooling saves Christmas. Santa's furnace broke down in the shop last night, and the elves couldn't make any toys, that's right. So Santa called up his pals at Legacy Heating. And ho, 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 golly gee, 1 year, no payments, interest-free. And the elves are working merrily with a brand new furnace from Legacy. Happy holidays from Legacy Heating and Cooling.
I'm making my list, checking it twice, and guess what? I'm giving Will Hawk beef jerky to everyone, naughty and nice. Because honestly, everyone deserves a taste of Alberta's finest, no matter if they've been bad or good. So this holiday season, skip the chocolates and pass on the turkey. Make sure you're Will Hawking around the Christmas tree with Alberta's best beef jerky. Ho, ho, ho!
Available at Will Hawk Beef Jerky in Leduc.
You haven't set your lineup yet, right? It's Fantasy Frenzy with Halley and Douglas on Sports 1440.
Presented by Will Hawk Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky.
That whole clip, bitch, overrated, soft. Morning. Thank you for tuning in to Fantasy Frenzy here on Sports 1440. Connor Halley, Brandon Douglas. We got Donovan Paulson and Josh Fenwick in here. A crowded studio.
Stronger than Donnie.
Okay. Thank you for tuning in to Fantasy Frenzy. Josh is stronger than Donnie. The show brought to you by Will Hawk Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky, online at willhawkbeefjerky.com. Lots to talk on the show today. Question, why is he stronger than you, Donnie? Defend yourself.
Well, we did the feats of strength. And I lost in the feats of strength, which was just an arm wrestle.
He lost in the preliminary. Well, yeah. We don't have the camera angles to do like grappling on the floor. Wrestling.
We do. We could just turn Donnie's around.
Well, that's what we did, but it's just angled down at the end of the table here.
We got to zoom it out.
I thought about just picking this camera up and going like World Star mode.
You should have joined the stream on your phone.
That's exactly what Josh suggested, but we were up against the clock. World Star. Anyway, yeah, and then I defeated Josh in the final for feats of strength.
Wow.
If you'd like to challenge me, I'll happily take it on.
No, I've moved on.
I actually thought you'd be because you have dad strength now.
Yeah.
So that's like another level.
Yeah. No, I don't think it's there yet. I think for dad strength, the kid's got to be like 4 or 5 when you're like holding them. Like you just build up. Like dads always have big forearms from holding their kids.
Right.
Especially the more kids you have, the more forearm girth you have. I'm not quite there yet. Benny's still light, so no issue for me. But yeah, with maybe Gregor or Lowtide you guys could take on at some point here. Declan would be good. That'd be a good challenge for
Festivus all day.
I would say, with all due respect to everyone else here in the building, 1440 would have the strongest people.
Like if we're going up against like department against department, like we got sales, creative, traffic, CFCW on air, K97 on air, Breeze on air.
It wouldn't even be close.
Well, yeah, we're athletes. We're sports.
What's like a dystopian universe?
Sure.
If that happened in our
post-apocalyptic,
if that happened in sports, or like in the Stingray building, we would be the dominant team, and there's no doubt about it.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing to do with sports or anything, but I don't know how we even got to this.
Because Josh beat Donovan, and he wanted to make sure everybody, if they're just joining the station here for Fantasy Frenzy, he wants them to know that fact.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that happened earlier today on the Kevin Carrier show, hosted by the Duke. Last night in the NFL, how about it? San Francisco 49ers looking pretty good as they kind of just walked over the Indianapolis Colts. It was a good start for the Colts, but could not hang around the longer that game went on. The Colts defense did themselves no favors, and the Niners, we got to talk about it. I mean, they are a really good team here in the NFL, out in the NFC, with all the injuries they've faced as well. They just continue to find ways to win games. We had talked about kind of a lighter schedule for this team that would probably have a chance to win a lot of games, but they continue to get the job done. So right now, when you look at the playoff picture in the NFL, and don't worry, we'll talk some Oilers as they are in action tonight, taking on the Calgary Flames. It is the Denver Broncos atop the AFC with a 12-3 record, tied with the New England Patriots. You got the Jacksonville Jaguars in the 3 seed at 11-4, and then the Steelers. That AFC North, doesn't need a lot of wins. Probably 10 wins might get you in. Steelers on top right now at 9-6. With the Colts lost last night, the Chargers, Bills clinching playoff spots, as did the Jacksonville Jaguars. They're the wild card team. So right now, when it comes to playoff availability, you got the Houston Texans, who likely get in, the Colts, who have a small chance, and the Baltimore Ravens. They can catch up in their division. That's about it. Doesn't look great. We'll see how Lamar Jackson's doing as the week progresses here, but he left that game against the Patriots before the end of the first half, and we will see. Chiefs eliminated. I'd say that's probably the biggest surprise in the AFC. When you head down to the NFC, the Seattle Seahawks, who would have had them atop the standings right now? 12-3 on the year. You've got the Bears at 11-4, the Eagles 10-5, Carolina Panthers. Similar to the AFC North, the NFC South just requires an 8-7 season. And then you're atop. You're in there. You get a home playoff game, potentially against the 49ers. I don't think that would go great. That could be Christian McCaffrey's revenge if things stay the same. The Rams 11-4, 6th seed. And then you've got the Green Bay Packers hanging on to the last playoff spot, the Detroit Lions hanging around. They'll have a say for it. But the Minnesota Vikings eliminated. Tampa Bay Buccaneers still in it by the process of a bad division, similar to the Baltimore Ravens. The rest of the teams out. The Kansas City Chiefs will be the biggest surprise, Duke. But when you think of underachieving teams, the Detroit Lions got to be right up there as well, right?
Yeah, man. Like they've so I mean it's football. Every team endures injuries, right? And I actually saw this graphic, or it was like ranking total number of man games lost by, I think it was like expected starters to injury this year, and the Raiders are actually the lowest in the league. To games lost to injuries, and the caption was just like, you told me the Raiders are this bad and they're almost a completely healthy team. So
it's just a bad team.
Yeah, it's just a really bad football team. So I think that does play a factor here with the Lions, especially when you talk about some of the guys on the defensive side of the ball. But it really can't be understated the impact of losing both your coordinators in one offseason, right? And we obviously see the impact Ben Johnson is having in Chicago. Took a little bit. Integration of system, getting Caleb Williams to buy in, maybe. The rest of the team, however you want to phrase it, wasn't the hottest start for the Bears. But say what you want about them, they have a chance at the 1 seed in the NFC here, which is not something that even me, who was a big believer in this team to start the year, would have predicted. Let it, like, playoff spot, yeah, I could see it coming. To this extent, definitely not. So a lot of credit there. Aaron Glenn, a little bit less success maybe in New York, but is that a consequence of being a head coach for the first time and being a little over his skis, maybe? Possibly. There was no arguing with what he was able to accomplish with the group when he was the DC in Detroit. So all those factors weighing in. Yeah, it's you're right there, Connor. I think disappointment-wise, they certainly topped the list. They still have just so much talent. How are they going to be on the outside looking in here in a couple weeks' time?
Yeah, it's crazy. You talk about like losing both your coordinators, like the optimistic side of me is like, well, you got guys in the staff that can work their way up. It didn't go well. Dan Campbell took over offensive play calling duties. So, that obviously isn't great on the defensive side. Things can change, right? Like sometimes you just have, vibe for your players and things don't go the way you might have expected them to do so. And it is tough. It doesn't happen all the time. And some guys maybe are just meant to be coordinators. I think the Chicago Bears team would have been so tempting for any potential offensive coordinator. Like, they just have weapons. Caleb Williams, despite what you see on the NFL memes, is a very good quarterback. People don't like that he paints his nails or he shows a little emotion.
He's a little zesty.
Guy can zing that football, man.
I thought the best compliment I've seen about Williams here is he's kind of turned this corner in the second half of the season and looked like number 1 overall pick. And I apologize, I can't even remember who said it. It was a former quarterback analyst on a panel or color commentator. talking about him playing in Chicago, right, where the elements are so
Mhm.
often a factor later in the season. Like, he is the type of guy that can throw through the wind.
Yeah.
Like that is the type of arm strength and arm talent he does possess. We've seen his mobility. The Bears O-line has been really good in the run game. Still at times, if you're up against a good pass rush, it collapses, right? That's just the nature of the sport. And Williams' elusiveness and ability to make things happen, whether he ends up completing a pass or not, or just throws it away, like, he's just done such a better job this year at not taking these ugly sacks and moving backwards. Throw the ball away, check it down, even if it's only for no gain of one, live to fight another down, right?
That's it.
And I think that has been maybe the most noticeable development in his game, along with just a little bit quicker, right? And that is experience more than anything, at least in my opinion.
And like, just that's one of those things, like, I think when your quarterback does it a lot, like I would say for me, watching Phillip Rivers, I used to get so like rattled when he would just throw it at a running back's feet.
Yeah.
And then it's like, okay, he was pressured, he avoided a sack. Great play. Don't worry about your completion percentage, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Live to fight another day, like exactly like you said, and learning to do that. And on the topic of throwing through the wind, like, I don't mean to pile on Donovan or anything like this, but that was always my thing with Tua. Was like, if he gets into a shootout in Buffalo, in New England, they'll usually be up on the Jets, so don't worry about that one. But those other cold weather environments, like, it's crazy to me that you have 3 cold outdoor teams and then Miami. So when Tua goes to those places, like, yeah, he can make throws, no doubt about it. But in that situation, is he going to do it? That was always my kind of question about him. If he had to go to Kansas City or Cincinnati.
Yeah. And I mean, yeah, the Dolphins and Tua's record, Mike McDaniel's record in games below certain temperatures, it's not pretty, right? So it's not just a matter of like our impression of Miami, South Florida going to play in cold weather. There's the numbers back it up, but they do not fare well.
Mhm.
And it's kind of begs the question, like, in a realignment world of the NFL, whether this be a natural progression or through expansion of a couple more teams in however long down the line, is there a team that would benefit more from realignment than the Miami Dolphins? All of a sudden, not having to play against the Jets outside, the Bills outside, the Patriots outside.
If you got like Tampa, Carolina, potentially.
Yeah, sounds pretty good to me.
Houston, whatever, Atlanta.
And like, the Bills are building a new stadium. It's not domed. Like, that's not changing. I don't see the Patriots leaving Foxborough anytime soon. The
Chiefs getting a dome.
Chiefs are, though. It's exactly where I wanted to go with this, because I do think it's kind of been a little swept under the rug here this weekend with coming out of a Sunday slate of games. Like, they're moving. They're building a new stadium, and they're crossing state lines to do it because the Kansas state government was a little more favorable financially than what Missouri was able to offer.
Like, and you're kind of silly if you don't just do what they want, because you see who that's going to be. It's going to be like Foxborough. There's going to be housing around it. There's going to be business developments, training facility.
Yeah.
You're bringing a lot of revenue into your state by doing that.
And
similar to Indiana with the Bears.
That's what the Bears CEO or Kevin Warren, like, what he's basically threatening, right? He's like, unless Cook County, it's not the city of Chicago because it's outside, but like the state of Illinois, like, unless they're willing to pony up some more money to pay for the McCaskey Stadium, then he's like, yeah, we'll just go do it in Indiana. And I think that the Chiefs actually putting this on paper that they are moving, I think that this will put the heat to those entities I just listed out inside Illinois, that they'll be like, we're not Kansas City, Missouri. Like, it's not a matter of a 5-minute drive across the border into the next state. Like, Chicago's obviously very close to Indiana, but how far away is the stadium going to be? I think that they will be very, very urged to make concessions and give in to what the Bears want.
Yeah, I mean, and you just think about like how much changes on an NFL weekend, and it's only 8-9 a year, depending on if you get that extra home game with the 17 game schedule. But like,
the dollar figures are
how
astronomical.
many fans come to your city? Like, thousands of fans come to your city, probably, depending on the market. There's some hotel, like, they're going out, like, people are going to restaurants before the game and after the game. Like, you get the bump and all those things. How many people benefit from having an NFL team in your city? Now, I mean, the restaurant industry will still be fine because people go out to watch the Bear games that live in Chicago, I would assume. But yeah, like, for Kansas to get the Chiefs on their side of the border, That's big. I think that's a really big deal. And it's going to be a really nice stadium.
And now all of a sudden it's going to completely take the occasional piece of trivia that people hold maybe against the geographically inept. Like, hey, where do the Kansas City Chiefs play? Well, Kansas. Actually, that's incorrect. Kansas City is in Missouri. Now they are in Kansas City, Kansas, the other side of the border.
Kind of like a Lloydminster vibes with that.
Yeah, to an extent.
Border city.
But they're two different cities in the case of Missouri and Kansas. But yeah, I mean they're however many miles apart. They build
the Kansas City municipality, right?
Yeah.
It's cool. It's like, you know what city always confuses me is Vancouver. How big is Vancouver? Because all of a sudden, isn't it like Surrey's like?
Yeah, like the GVA. I don't know if that's the term or not. The Greater Vancouver area, like the GTA. It's huge. Like it spans like halfway into the interior. Yeah.
Like how big is Vancouver? I don't actually know.
No idea.
I know I'm not that familiar with Vancouver, clearly. But like, Burnaby, Joe. It looks like it'd be right in there. Coquitlam, Surrey.
Abbotsford,
Richmond.
Yeah, these are all like part of Vancouver, but also not.
No. Yeah. It's
weird.
It's giant. Anywho, that's just
the VMA, the Vancouver metro area.
Is that what they call it?
No, I don't know. I'm just guessing. I'm just making all these things up.
Nail's texting in, Brandon, you should have CH go against Donnie and Fedwick, and then you against the winner. Surely you advance to the final, I hope. He just gets a bye, actually. Well, so then they go up against each other again.
That was my justification for making them arm wrestle each other first. Was that like I'm the resident senior authority in studio at that moment. You two go against each other. Winner gets to take me on. And then I went with Josh right after he beat Donovan, hopefully catching him a little tired, back to back. I whomped him. It was a molly whopping, as Eddie Steele would say.
You guys should do I'm not going to say three-way, but
oh, don't worry. We've already three-wayed this morning.
Locked arms across each other. And then.
Okay.
Yeah. Since I'm now the senior.
Yeah. You all of a sudden are the new boss. But yeah, we already did that.
I'm like Philip Rivers. It's like,
Old Man Rivers.
When Connor started in radio, Josh wasn't even born yet, or like one of those videos. That could be me. I mean, he was, but yeah, like, okay, fine. You're like Christian McCaffrey and I'm Philip Rivers. There's a big difference.
Got the young buck and the old bull.
I know. That's why I have to fight for Phil. Krista Plummer says, hey guys, the Vancouver area is referenced as the lower mainland. Okay, that makes sense. And I think I've heard that before.
Yep.
So what's the higher mainland? Like
the interior, I think is what they call it.
Whistler? The interior?
Yeah, I think Whistler is part of the interior. I don't know.
It's a nice area. There's no doubt about that. Before we went on our cruise to Alaska, I spent a day in Vancouver. Loved it. Beautiful town.
Was it raining?
No. Maybe. I don't know. It was nice. I get why they throw it in our face. But the good thing is they can enjoy their summers because the Canucks are done playing hockey so early. Take a break. When we come back, more text. 1-833-401-1440. It is Fantasy Frenzy here on Sports 1440, streaming on YouTube, Facebook, X, Instagram, and Twitch. Brought to you by Wilhock Beef Jerky.
Jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle bells.
Tired of the same old holiday tunes? Spice things up with the sound of a Wilhock beef jerky bag being torn open. It's the carol that everyone wants to hear, promising a chorus of tender, perfectly spiced beef jerky. This holiday season, make sure you're Wilhocking around the Christmas tree with Alberta's best beef jerky. Available at Wilhock Beef Jerky in Leduc.
Actions speak louder than words. Japa Machinery Group puts your construction plan into action with XCMG construction machinery you need. Available for rental or sale. Learn more at japamachinery.com.
At Papa John's, our butter chicken pizza is a Canadian favorite, and we think we know why. We start with a velvety, tangy, and subtly sweet sauce. Then it's our better ingredients: fresh, never frozen original dough, juicy grilled chicken, and crunchy green peppers and onions. Sounds delicious, right? Well, wait till you try it. It's butter chicken made better. Order your large butter chicken pizza today for only $19.99. Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's. Proudly locally owned and operated.
Across the province, Albertans are taking their shot on Play Alberta. With casino winners every hour, jackpots worth millions, and revenue that stays in the province, there's never been a better time to sign up. Right now, our listeners can score a $50 free bet when they make a minimum $50 deposit with code Gregor50. That's code Gregor50 for a $50 free bet. Start playing with your game sense today to find out if you're Alberta's next winner.
Looking for the perfect gift? Give the gift of great taste with a Loca Quality Market gift card. Redeemable at any Loca Quality Market or Loca operated restaurant. It's a treat for food lovers. Ready anytime. Grab yours today at loca.ca.
He's a legend in the booth and a master on the mic. Low Tide brings the banter weekdays from noon to 2.
Sports 1440 is where Edmonton talks sports. Get in the game. Text 833-401-1440.
And here comes Action Electrical Service Team sprinting onto the scene. These are your first responders for any electrical emergency.
That's right. With their fleet of service vans and specialized gear, they assess, they service, and maintain electrical lighting and automation systems. They're all about rapid response.
Quick diagnostics and repairs to restore power and safety fast. Hire the Action Electrical team to bring home a win for your project. Visit actionelectrical.net.
5-time Junior Hockey League champions, the Spruce Grove Saints, are excited to be back on the ice at the brand new Thompson Family Arena. Be part of the action and enjoy some of the best junior hockey Canada has to offer by experiencing a Saints game for your next outing. Tickets range from $10 to $17 with free parking and some of the best food and drink specials in town. For more information on tickets and how you can become a partner, go to sgsaints.ca.
At Fountain Tire, success is a team effort. They're committed to their team members and their customers. And that means treating your vehicle like it's their own and finding solutions that suit your needs. Because whatever the road brings ahead, they're on it with you. Visit fountaintire.com today.
When your driveway's covered in snow, Toro and the Lawnmower Hospital have you covered. Toro's gas or battery-powered single-stage power clear snowblowers make it easy to clear right down to the concrete with incredible Toro-powered Propel technology. Face the next snow day without fear thanks to Toro and the Lawnmower Hospital. Visit lawnmowerhospital.com.
The Lawnmower Hospital.
Diablo Boots sells only Canadian-made work and biker boots made by Canada West. No American or boots made in China, so no tariffs. All of Diablo's boots have replaceable soles and heels for longer life. Sizes 6 to 14 Triple E. Buy quality, buy Canadian. And support Canada West and Diablo, the two best names in the boot business. So save on boots by Save On Foods. That's Diablo Boots, 3340 Gateway Boulevard on the east side of Save On Foods. Buy Canadian. They're terrific.
Get the inside scoop for your team on Fantasy Frenzy with Halley and Douglas on Sports 1440.
Presented by Wilhauk Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky.
You smell good. It's 11:25. Welcome back to Fantasy Frenzy here on Sports 1440. Oh, it is a December 23rd show. That is certain. Show brought to you by Wilhauk Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky. Online at Wilhauk Beef Jerky. Get out there. Grab some for your friends before they run out. WilhaukBeefJerky.com. Only available in Leduc. Connor Halley, Brandon Douglas, Donovan Paulson, and Josh Fenwick with you here. I'm sure you guys have heard, if you're listening to the Kevin Carrius show, that Donovan is whipping up some meatballs in my crockpot. Teamwork. And they actually are smelling pretty good. It looks like he's using Diana sauce, honey garlic flavor.
That's a great brand of sauce. They got a whole selection of flavors. There's a chicken and rib one I really like to use for like chicken tenders and stuff. You're getting some dipping.
It's similar to Bullseye's chicken and rib, I would assume.
Maybe.
Because Bullseye's chicken and rib is my go-to for like anything I make.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it smells really good. And you brought in a little veggie tray.
Oh, it's a big veggie tray.
Big veggie tray.
And I even got because it comes with like the ranch in the middle, right in the tub. I got a second flavor of dipping sauce, Southwest Ranch. Maybe people looking for a little pep in their Christmas step.
Little Santa Fe Ranch.
Plus, I baked these cookies.
You did bake cookies. They were very good cookies, I will say.
They're potable.
Yeah, have one. The text line is 1-833-401-1440. This segment brought to you by Will Hawk Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's. Wait, no, Elks Nation. I got distracted. elksnation.ca. 2 weekly podcasts with Eddie Steele and Declan Kruger breaking down the green and gold, the most in-depth W football coverage you'll find on the internet. You can get it at the podcast, you can watch it on YouTube, or check out the articles and more at elksnation.ca. Alfred says, you guys should do an arm wrestling while you're hosting or hoisting a beverage at the same time, lumberjack style. I think I've told you guys before, but we got a new cable package and we have like the Fight Network. And I've often said that I think that slap fighting is so stupid.
It is.
But I tell you what, I watch it every time. And there's also an arm wrestling one, and they do bare knuckle boxing, and they don't fight in like a ring. It's a triangle.
A barn.
It's ridiculous. But I watch it. I mean, there had one guy on slap fighting. They called him the Slim Reaper. Stole a nickname, and he wasn't very good, but he could take a slap. And it's so funny. Like, they put their little mouth guard in, they put their hands behind and hold the towel and just get slapped in the face. Sometimes they get knocked out. Would not recommend it. I don't know how you get into that. But anywho, arm wrestling is also on that channel. It's something. Delta Valley Jeff says, Merry Christmas, gentlemen. Another great year of radio soon to be in the books. Thank you. His present to us is but future bet on Mr. AP to win next year's Kentucky Derby. You're welcome. Mr. AP.
Those lines are already out.
Should I have kept that secret to ourselves? I told everyone.
We're totally going to blow up his spot now that those odds are going to be in the tank because everyone's going to be rushing to bet on it.
Go. What's up, guys? Says Vancouver's a beautiful city for 100 days a year, then absolutely miserable, rainy, depressing city for the other 265. I guess if you're in there for the right time, it's pretty good. Delta Valley Jeff says it's American Pharaoh's son. Oh, Mr. AP. Makes sense. I'll give that I don't know. I might take a look. Is young Josh Fenwick working this morning? Let him know that I left 2 tickets to the Oilers Flames game in my truck dash. Someone broke in and left me 4 more. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
From Tipsy McStagger.
Tipsy McStagger. That'd be a fun game to go to. Josh is not
tonight
going.
or in Calgary.
No, but a fun game to go to.
Well, yeah, both.
Josh, you should head down.
I should head down. Tipsy McStagger.
And then come back to work and then go back. I think it is a joke. I've never been to the Saddle Dome before.
You think that's a joke?
I think it's a joke.
I'm pretty certain this is a joke.
That is.
But in case it's not.
Yeah.
In case it's not.
If this is real, Josh
Text
is interested
back,
in these
I'll give
tickets.
you my phone number. Send them to me. I would.
This could be real.
I would go to the game.
It's like, what if one day that person emailing you about millions of dollars that they want to get rid of was real and you just deleted it? What if? That's why I always give them a chance.
What show was that where it was something about like the Nigerian prince, like the typical scam that it turned out to be real? That was like a sitcom trope. I can't remember.
Maybe Family Guy or something.
I don't know. But it's just like, oh, I can't believe you fell for this. And then it's just like, oh no, here you go. Totally paid me back in full.
Did you ever see the woman who was fooled by fake Vin Diesel?
Yeah.
And
like at the bar?
No.
Oh, I saw one but that wasn't Vin Diesel. I've been 50 Cent or something, but it was like a guy that sort of looked like him. And then like all these pictures from a night out on the town. Like the next day, he's like, I just realized this was not actually 50 Cent.
No, it's like he got this woman, like she like admitted it was she's from Calgary.
Oof.
She got hit by twice. It was through DMs. Vin Diesel asking her for money so they could help finish filming Fast and the Furious.
Like what one? What Fast and Furious? She's space one. I bet it had a pretty big budget.
It really bugs me because she was a single mom, 2 boys, and she gave money to fake Vin Diesel. And it's a CTV news story.
Oh my God. Why?
There were plans to celebrate her birthday together, but a critical piece of the movie making equipment broke. He needed her money to fix it to save his latest film. She would have been the hero and get the leading man.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That is sad.
It is.
Really sad.
So, yeah, don't give money to fake Vin Diesel. We are told from Guy that Mr. AP is out of training till March. He's out of the Derby.
Wow, Delta Valley
Oh.
Jeff. Good inside.
You're getting coal in your stocking, Delta Valley Jeff. Or we'll dig into it a little more. Lance says, Merry Christmas, my radio friends. Thanks for making my days more enjoyable. Lance, thank you. Same to you as well. Sorry about the Raiders. Just a quick question for you. For feats of strength, in Seinfeld, do they do arm wrestling?
No.
Do they wrestle?
They wrestle.
Hmm.
And it's George, even like all the way when he was a kid, having to wrestle his dad. And yeah, Festivus isn't over until you pin me. It's what Frank Costanza says.
And what was your grievance?
That Josh was cooking meatballs in the studio.
I mean,
just completely unhinged behavior.
I think Brent is doing it in his office as well.
Yeah, that's an office. This is a studio. He's got the crock pot on the floor.
Don't tell the people that are eating it that. Although they probably walk by and see it. It's in plain sight.
It is. It has become quite aromatic in the last hour or so. It's starting to smell good. I'm looking forward to enjoying them. I am. But other than that, no, I don't have any grievances. I'm all upbeat and happy. Actually, that's a lie. My grievance is fantasy football. I hate it.
What happened?
I hate fantasy football.
Who cost
so
you
much.
this week?
Well, partially I cost myself, right? And I texted you about this on Saturday, maybe Friday night, whatever it was, about my inclination to play DeAndre Swift over Jonathan Taylor. I was like, man, I just think the Bears are going to run the ball a lot. I don't like the matchup for the Colts on Monday night, all these factors. And you're like, oh, you're crazy. But I did it anyway. Now, Swift had a fine game. That's like yards-wise, but didn't get a touchdown. 8 points. Not very good. Then I had to make the choice. Okay, well, now who am I going to put in my second running back spot? Trevon. Because I was playing H-Chan no matter what. Then I was like, Henderson or Taylor. I sat Taylor. Henderson, not a good game. Then gets hurt, leaves the game. 1 point. Taylor found the end zone last night. Pretty decent night. Not a big... but it was all moot. Like, I could have iced the perfect lineup and it wouldn't have mattered.
Well, that's when you can't get mad. When you make that one decision that costs your team, I feel like it's fair. You can get frustrated. But if you lose and you go back and your whole bench is like ones and twos, then like you did all you could.
Like, here's the lineup that I lost to. He was the number one team all season. Brock Purdy.
Good game.
Derrick Henry.
Good game.
Christian McCaffrey.
Good game.
Puka Nacua.
Great game.
Michael Pittman.
Okay game.
Wan'Dale Robinson.
Didn't watch.
4 points.
Who's he? Just joking.
Amon-Ra St. Brown, Darren Waller, Hunter Henry, who had a touchdown.
2 tight ends?
Yeah, he used tight end in his flex. On the bench, he had Isaac Tesla, who had 15 points, Tyler Algier, Ramondre Stevenson. All right, so like this was the highest scoring team in the league all year. Why did I have to play him in the second round? I'm not sure. We had a team that was 500 team advanced through. Why is there no reseeding in the bracket? Not like so. There, that's my grievance. And then I lost my other league too. I was up 20-some points going into last night. Christian McCaffrey, 32-point night. I'm dead. I'm a dead person. Both of my leagues out, playing for third place. Doesn't matter. I don't think either league has a prize for third place. Another disappointing year.
In my final matchup, it's the Galloping Gazelle versus Wayne Krzyzewski. Now, I don't know. Lance will probably get that reference. I don't know how many other people will, but it's a Simpsons thing. I am currently favored. Not at all. I'm expected to lose. Now, George Kittle will play a big part of that, as will Devontae Adams. Devontae Adams, questionable. He plays Monday night.
Tough.
If I don't play, I have to make a decision there. So that does not help me. My opposition, good friend of mine, best man at my wedding, as Puka Nacua, Devontae Smith, Saquon Barkley, Dalton Schultz, who need to be shut down, Antonio Pierce, Broncos defense playing the Chiefs. Oh, I don't like my chances. The good news is, just for making it here, I do get a cash prize. So
guaranteed, like for second.
For second. And you know,
entry fee back or even a little more on
more. Entry fee was 50. I get 200.
Whoa.
So that's good. So the backstory with this matchup, the last time this guy and I met in the final, was Bills,
Burrow,
Bengals.
That
And I had
Hamlin situation.
Burrow marched down the field. I think I was down by like 8 points, and then the game ended. So we split the money, called it a draw, which was very nice of the winner, but he got the title.
What matters more?
Well, so I've never won this league. I've been to the final a few times now. This is maybe my third time to the
You're
final.
the Buffalo Bills of this league.
Haven't won. But like, had DeMar Hamlin not got hurt,
would have been a good chance of a clear-cut victory.
I'd probably walk away with it. But that's fantasy football, baby. You can't control it.
But but that's why I come back and play again every year. I love it. It's so much fun all season long. Vested interest in teams, players that you otherwise will probably never watch. And then this time of year rolls around. Maybe it was last week for some. Maybe it was even earlier if you had like a bad injury year and you didn't make the playoffs in your league. Then you're just sitting there and you're like, I hate this. I don't want to play anymore. As soon as college football playoffs over and the draft process ramps up, my dynasty league, I'm just going to be like absolutely fully invested in that. Be like, all right, what rookies am I taking in August?
You're back.
Even though I don't have like any draft picks, but I'm probably going to get some, do some flipping, some maneuvering.
MTR said Purdy went off and I stayed alive in the finals of my main league. Yeah, we had Triple C and the truck was up by quite a bit, and his opposition came back in the Fantasy Frenzy League with the Purdy and Jennings stack to win. If I can get that name very quickly, I will. That was the Fantasy Frenzy League. We are going to the 7th place matchup. Hooray. We did it.
No last place.
It was Aaron, who was 7-7 on the season. Now will take on the Defenders, who was 11-3.
Yeah,
and is projected to win.
My friend Brant, 8-7 record in the year. Upset 2 straight teams. He's heading to the final. Let's run down his roster. This is so funny. Let's rewind. A month ago, I was filling in on a post game for Walker, and Donovan and I were down at first round watching the game, and I was playing Brant's team that week, and I was like, he's like, oh my god, this team is terrible. He's like, who's playing Tyler Lockett at this stage? I was like, injuries, bye weeks, whatever. He won this week with Baker Mayfield, Chase Brown, Ashton Genty, DJ Moore, George Pickens. That's the bulk of it. Jalen Reed, Darius Slayton, Colby Parkinson, Tyrone Tracy Jr., both. And he has Bryce Young as his other quarterback if he wants to change. He's going to be in tough because, like I said, the team that beat me, number 1 team all year long, highest scoring. But, hey, he's guaranteed himself some, at least his entry fee back, I think is what we give for second place in the league. So, and this is a team, like he was fully committed to this being a rebuild year. He took it over a couple seasons ago.
Built it up.
Traded a lot of, and that, so it's final note on this. In recent drafts, he used high picks on Jonathan Brooks, back-to-back ACL tears. Malik Neighbors, didn't play barely at all this year. So this team is actually looking up. Things are looking good.
I might have to bench Herbert this week in favor of Baker Mayfield.
Well, yeah, Texans D is too good.
Gets Miami. That's a 5-star matchup right there. Maybe he pops off his late season push. We'll have to see. But yes, Herbert's scares me. He scares me is what he does. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll break down the NFL Pro Bowl rosters. Just joking. We'll talk some Oilers. It's Fantasy Frenzy brought to you by Wilhauk Beef Jerky.
Electrical Solar Team is now making a play for sustainability and savings. They're specialists in powering up for a greener future.
That's the strategy. Designing and installing high-efficiency solar panels. They're helping homes and businesses combat rising utility costs by harnessing the power of the sun.
A smart move for efficiency and the environment. Hire the Action Electrical team to bring home a win for your project. Visit actionelectrical.net.
The holiday break was made for Oil Kings Hockey at Rogers Place. Family fun that's second to none, starting at just $20 a seat.
This Family Fun Sunday in Ice District, your Edmonton Oil Kings face the Lethbridge Hurricanes in the annual Dino Day game.
Enjoy the kids' fun zone with face painting and bouncy castles. Dinosaurs will be roaming the concourse all game and playing games at intermissions.
Plus, score Calmont Kids food combos for $10 or less. The value is T-Rex sized.
Oil Kings, Hurricanes, Dino Day, 4 p.m. Sunday.
Great seats at Rogers Place start at only $20 at oilkings.ca.
Hi, Mike here from Northgate Chevrolet Buick GMC. December is here. Christmas shopping, Christmas wrapping, Christmas baking, grocery shopping. What about our vehicle? Does it need tires?
It's not running, no problem. We got you covered. At Northgate GM, we have a tremendous selection of newer used vehicles, winter tires at cost, and of course, service with a smile. Come in and see us today, 13215 97th Street, or visit us online at northgategm.com.
You're in Northgate country.
They're not just a grocery store. They're a butcher, a baker, a cafe, deli, rotisserie pizza, and restaurant, all under one roof. Loca Quality Market does food differently with 2 locations to serve you. Edmonton and Sherwood Park. Visit loca.ca.
At Fountain Tire, success is a team effort. They're committed to their team members and their customers. And that means treating your vehicle like it's their own and finding solutions that suit your needs. Because whatever the road brings ahead, they're on it with you. Visit fountaintire.com today. The longest running basketball show in Canada airs every Saturday morning at 10 on Sports 1440. Hoop City with Paul Sir introduces a new generation of basketball talk. And it's right here on Edmonton's home for sports. Sports 1440.
Across the province, Albertans are taking their shot on Play Alberta. With casino winners every hour, jackpots worth millions, and revenue that stays in the province, there's never been a better time to sign up. Right now, our listeners can score a $50 free bet when they make a minimum $50 deposit with code Gregor50. That's code Gregor50 for a $50 free bet. Start playing with your game sense today to find out if you're Alberta's next winner.
Do you work for a company that wants to reach people who love sports? Or maybe you're looking to hire people who love sports. Sports 1440 partners with dozens of local businesses, connecting with tens of thousands of Edmonton sports fans every day. On the radio, on the listening apps, on YouTube, and on social media. Contact our sales team today to see what Sports 1440 can do for you. Email Gregor at sports1440.ca to get started.
I'm making my list, checking it twice. And guess what? I'm giving Wilhock beef jerky to everyone, naughty and nice. Because honestly, everyone deserves a taste of Alberta's finest, no matter if they've been bad or good. So this holiday season, skip the chocolates and pass on the turkey. Make sure you're Wilhocking around the Christmas tree with Alberta's best beef jerky. Ho, ho, ho!
Available at Wilhock Beef Jerky in Leduc.
Every coach needs a game plan. Plan your fantasy frenzy with Halley and Douglas right here on Edmonton's Sports 1440.
Presented by Wilhock Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky.
It's 11:44. Welcome back to Fantasy Frenzy here on Sports 1440. Connor Halley, Brandon Douglas. We got Donovan Paulson and Josh Fenwick with you here. Brought to you by Wilhock Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky. Manny texting in. Gentlemen, hearing how poorly you are doing in fantasy leagues, should I really be taking your advice? Well, I'm in the final.
Well, keep in mind, I went to semifinals in both my league.
Pretty good.
Take that for what it's worth.
Top 20% of his league.
Yeah. This has been a real downhill slide for me on that perspective. Our first year on the show, doing the show, I won my league and finished second in the other. I was like, this is great.
Yeah.
Secret to being better at fantasy football. Just start hosting an hour show focusing on the topic every day. Then last year, I think I missed the playoffs in both leagues. Or no, lost in the first round of one, missed in the other. This year, a little back on track. So, hey, as we just discussed, the trials and tribulations of the game, sometimes there's nothing you can do.
I don't think this show gives me any benefit in fantasy football.
I think it does because I shouldn't even say that necessarily because I read all the stats and stuff for the Carrier show and the show. And I've been enjoying do a little bit of research and stuff into teams' numbers against position groups, yada, yada, yada. But then at the end of the day, when it comes to setting my own lineup, I usually just do it off gut instinct.
Yeah.
Over the numbers.
And like, honestly, like, who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? It's
like
crazy.
you're telling me, what numbers dictated that Trayvon Henderson was going to only play the first half on Sunday night?
That's what I'm saying. It's who knows? Guy had said, come on, guys, tell my Derby pick. The winner of the Derby will be Ted Noffey. Take that to the bank, boys.
I wasn't aware. I knew we had Delta Valley Jeff and, of course, our buddy Frank in the YouTube chat is big horse racing folks, but I didn't know Guy was in on it like this.
I did not know
we
either.
got a couple real sharps amongst our listeners.
I don't even know if Ted Noffey's a horse or a trainer or whatever. Now, Delta Valley Jeff says, that news was released Sunday. I feel shame, but I'm not convinced he won't be able to run by Derby Day. If he fires back up in early March, he should be fine. Futures morning, he's still 30-1. I'm putting 500 on him.
Wow.
Ooh. Ted Noffey.
That's confidence. Putting your money where your mouth is, Delta Valley Jeff.
It also says Ted Noffey will be in his top 3. We should start calling him DVJ.
DVJ.
Heavy Chevy. BD, did you just yada yada stats?
I'll yada yada anything.
Yada yada.
I'll yada yada at all.
Montrina de Rice says, sweet, sweet justice. Triple C deserves to get smoked by Purdy. See a chump. MTR, Triple C and a truck rivalry lives on. I wonder what would happen if they met in real life.
Bike racks.
Or a handshake.
Oh, not allowed. Feats of strength. Wrestle.
Alex says, in today's world of doom and gloom, in the news, sports is one of the few things that make people happy, and you guys do a fantastic job of delivering sports. I appreciate you guys. Thank you. Have a great Christmas. Alex, thank you.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Chrysler.
Have a great couple days here. MTR says, we'd probably have a beer. That's what I mean. Like, they'd probably have a beer and just talk sports.
They would just argue AJ Brown versus Brandon Ayuk.
Except I think MTR would be like, trade Ayuk.
Trade him. Cut his behind.
Do you guys remember when Terrell Owens caught that pass? No, I remember when Freddie Mitchell caught that pass. What about Hugh Douglas? Is that his name?
I don't know. I don't even know what you're talking about.
Is Hugh Douglas an actor?
Hugh Grant?
Okay.
Michael Douglas?
Hugh Douglas, I believe, was a pass rusher for the Eagles back in the day. I think he wore like 53. Greater Man Jay says it would be a definite bromance. Oh, yeah. Just hanging out.
That's what we do here is bring people together.
He said he is a horse. And my dad trained horses for 53 years until he got kicked in the head in 2014. Oh, my God. Kicked in the head by a horse. Is he okay?
Best wishes.
King of Fornaski says, love you guys too. Merry Christmas, 1440. Yes, thank you, all of you. We'll be back tomorrow, if you want to say some kind words for then. Maybe no one's listening tomorrow.
Tomorrow it'll be, you thought today on the Carry Show is a free-for-all? Wait until tomorrow's Fantasy Frenzy.
What? We might not talk sports. Well, the Oilers will play tonight, so maybe we will.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Plus, we can preview all these sick Christmas Day matchups.
Yeah.
What is Chris Oladukin's stat line going to be?
Someone if you're playing the 7th place game, just start him.
Just pick him up and throw him in there. See what happens.
I started Phillip Rivers in one of my leagues.
JFF.
Who cares? JFF? Just for fun.
Just for fun.
JF Jocks?
JF Suck.
Everyone's off tomorrow. Well, you can still listen to us. You know what? What everyone should do is when they're sitting at home enjoying their time off, talk to their TV and say, play Sports 1440 YouTube, and then just watch the show. And we'll join you in your homes on Christmas.
I think we might have a little bottle of something in here to celebrate.
Little Brandy, you're a fine girl.
Brandy?
I don't know.
What do I look like? My grandmother?
Russian prince, maybe?
I was thinking maybe like some Baileys or something. Sure. Donovan, if I guess you're not going to be here.
I'm not a Brandy guy. But
When you come back to do post game tonight, if you want to leave a bottle of brandy in the studio for Josh and I and Connor eventually to enjoy tomorrow morning, I'll have some. I'm not saying I'll like it, and I won't have more than one probably. But I'm thinking of bringing in a little bottle of Baileys or something.
Oh, don't you worry, Duke. You brought in cookies this morning. I'll take care of that.
Nice. If our friend Marty Stevens was listening, Lord Commander of the Critters, He's got all this every year. Stingray does these kind of like custom liquor bottles. They give them to clients and things of that nature. They got some cool new, I think one is just regular whiskey, but the other is like a liqueur that you would put in your coffee or could put in your coffee. Maybe Marty's got an extra bottle of that kicking around the office. He wanted to come drop off here.
I walked into his office yesterday and I said, "Hey, can I have 10 of these?" And he said, "No."
Yeah, I asked him the same thing last week.
But that sets me up for today when I say, "Can I have one?" And he'll say, "Yeah, that's more reasonable." Just setting him up. Kia says his dad also wrestled Andre the Giant. What? Your dad?
Sounds like your dad's awesome. Actually, I remember I'm pretty sure he called in one time to Carius and talked about this, if my memory serves correct.
I believe it. Drinks, then feats of strength. It'll get out of hand, boys. Crater J.
Well, no, feats of strength were today. We can't be doing feats of strength on Christmas Eve. That's only for Festivus.
I come in tomorrow and you and Josh are just...
Yeah, we like change all the camera angles around so it's just purely on the studio. Mic's never turned on, just whomping on each other.
We just have to turn the mics on just so the volume gets picked up. So it's not dead air.
You can hear the crisp sound of my knuckles into Josh's cheek.
Just
bare knuckle boxing.
Gladiator in the studio.
And what's anyone going to do? No, there's not going to be another single person in this building tomorrow. I'm sure of it.
Tarps off.
Nobody wants to see that.
That's how you have to fight. It's gladiator style.
Can I at least put on like a vest or something?
You can definitely wear a vest. Yeah. Vest is cool.
Oh, no. Here, I'll wear the sleeveless dress shirt I got for the wedding in Mexico.
But lightly sew it together so when you come in, you can rip the sleeves off and look like...
Well, it never had sleeves.
I'll put some on.
It is quite snug. It's really form-fitting. Perfect for beach wear.
Jamie in the Bow says, "You'll talk Oilers and special food drinks. Our phase. Merry Christmas to all of you from an old teammate." Jamie in the Bow, you talking Team 1260? I worked there for a bit. Lance says, "I'll be listening to my friends drunk." Good.
Attaboy, Lance.
DDR says, "Hey, Jens, just want to say happy holidays. I think Fantasy Frenzy's hand down the best show on 1440. Looking forward to listening to you in the new year. Thank you, guys. Bob, Merry Christmas to you as well." MTR says, "I'll be listening to both dumpster fire programs and loving every second of it." I added loving. He just said he'll enjoy, but
I'll be listening.
What do you mean? It might be a great show. I might not be a dumpster fire. Guys, don't read my name. Picture this. It's your day off. The day before Christmas Eve. You're listening to 1440 after you just threw an eggnog-scented bath bomb in the tub. What a day. Oh, imagine.
That's a thing.
I don't think anybody has listened to us in the bathtub.
Is it wrong for me to say I hope not?
No, I mean, if you're Maxo Relaxo and then
if you're having a
to
bath
us,
at 11, some point between 11 and noon, I guess you could be listening to us after the fact via podcast. Go subscribe, Spotify, Apple, Google.
Watch us on YouTube.
Oh, because what? You can watch us on YouTube. If anybody missed Feats of Strength on the Carrier Show, you can go back and watch. It's right at the end of the show. So just watch the whole thing, and then you'll find it at the end. Drop us a like in that note. Really quickly before we wrap up, Cons, I just wanted to get this in tonight. In Stettler, the Senior Outlaws are taking on the Imperials. Night before. It's a big to-do in Stettler every year on the 23rd. And I think there's a supper, like beef on the bun supper, maybe even a cabaret after the game or stuff. But I'm just sending best wishes to my friends on the Senior Outlaws and their task to try and take down the number one team in the ECSHL.
Mm-hmm.
The Imperials are a wagon this year, Connor.
Well, I'm looking forward to it. I'll follow along on Facebook.
Yeah, I think the Imperials do a Facebook broadcast, just like we do for Delburn.
Nice. Aaron says, "Got the Christmas shift. The radio stays on at 1440. Shout out Aaron. Yeah, Fox Sports Radio will be live, keeping you on track with what's happening with NFL. Sorry, a feather little thing flew by my face. I had to blow it out of the way. Tyler says, "Boys, I'm in shambles. Combination of Jordan Love getting hurt and Brock Purdy having a career day caused my win in the league toilets bowl, especially bad for me because I lead our league in championships with 4 out of 13, all-time low." Well, like the New England Patriots, you bounce back strong.
Rebuild. Come back better, stronger, faster.
Exactly. We will be done. We'll be back tomorrow. 23-hour break. You know what it is. To do this all over again, and we'll keep it on the rails for sure tomorrow starting at 11. Up next is the Load on Flow Tide, followed by the Jason Greger Show, last day of the month of giving. Get that checkbook ready. Let's raise some money for a good charity today as well between 2 and 6 for the Duke, Paulson, and Fenwick. I'm Connor Halley. Have a great rest of your day. Let's get to a Sports 1440 update brought to you by Wilhauk Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky, online at wilhaukbeefjerky.com, only available in Leduc.
This is a Sports 1440 update.
It is game day as another edition of the Battle of Alberta as the Oilers take on the Flames. Puck drop going just after 7 o'clock. The Leafs host the Pens. The Stars clash with the Wings. The Habs are in Boston. The Avs welcome Utah to town. The Sharks battle the Golden Knights. And the Sabres, they're looking for their 7th consecutive win against the Ottawa Senators, looking to make it 5 in a row for themselves. In the NBA, the Raps, they're in Miami to battle the Heat. Tip-off going at 5:30. Coming up on Sports 1440, it is the Lowdown with Low Tide. I'm Donovan Paulson. That's your Sports 1440 update.
This is Sports 1440, a Stingray radio station broadcasting on Treaty 6 territory.
Download the free iHeartRadio app and listen to CKJR wherever you go.
As 2025 comes to a close, GS Construction would like to take the time and thank our crews, our partners, and our communities for another successful year of teamwork and growth. Together, we've helped keep Edmonton and the surrounding area moving by building and maintaining the underground infrastructure that keeps everything running smoothly. It's been another year of dedication, pride, and hard work the team has put in to make it all possible. To learn more about our people and our projects, visit gsconstruction.ca.
I'm Colin Livingston, president of Cantork. Cantork has always been a forward-thinking company, but now that we've turned 25, I can't help but take a minute to take a look back. Thank you to everyone that's been with us along the way. Jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle